Hi, Betty.
Hi, Doug.
Thanks for having me in. Hello.
Good to see you.
Good, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Well, and there's Kimo. Hello, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not so sure.
Yeah. Well, he didn't bark at you this
No.
time anyway.
Well, Betty, we've had a chance to come and drop into your house because we want to ask you some questions. All of them related to ultimately the Anglican Fellowship of Prayer in Canada, but we're aware that these things don't just kind of pop out of the air. There is a beginning to them. They develop and so on and so forth. And because of the role that you played in the foundation of the organization, I want to go back to some things that are very early in your life. I know that as you're developing an awareness of God and of God's presence, there's this kind of contradictory thing that goes on. And it happens very slowly, and it also happens very suddenly. It sounds ridiculous to say, but it's quite true. So I'm just wondering, can you recall experiences when you were young that got you toward this relationship with God?
Yes, I remember a very vivid one. Always strange to me that it happened so early, but I would guess I might have been about 4, and I had a lovely teacher. I got sent to Sunday school, by the way. I didn't, and they didn't go. But anyway, the nearest thing to home, this lovely lady walked Jesus, a little figure, across the sand, and coming sort of toward me, but to the others as well. And I thought, that's lovely. And she was a sweet lady. But the thing was, it was real. Now, maybe anyone could say it was childlike, but it was very real. Jesus was alive and well on this planet.
In a little sandbox or
Yeah,
sand
just in
table.
a little sandbox. That's all I remember.
Okay.
I don't remember anything
That's
else.
one of those things
That's
that
one of them.
flashes up for you when you're thinking of your early development in your relationship with God. I vaguely remember also that a little bit later you kind of graduated from that room and found yourself in a different place with a picture.
A very scary room, quite dark. I don't know why I was there so early, that I was the only one. But this wasn't a pretty room, and I was so scared. But then I looked up, and there was a huge picture of Jesus as the Good Shepherd I know now. But I looked at his arms, and he had this little lamb. And I'm not sure if it might even have been black. But at any rate, I thought, that's nice. I think it could hold me like that.
So in that scary room,
Yeah.
there was comfort
So there was
for you
peace and comfort.
that came from that picture, that figure, that
Yes.
person. I know that you went for a number of years involved in this Sunday school, but eventually you shifted. You went from student to teacher. I know that that didn't just happen again out of the clear blue. You tell us a little bit about that. How did that develop anyway?
Well, bit by bit, I love children, and it just seemed kind of natural to move into the nursery area. Sometime in there, I remember too, though, that the whole family got involved, but it was rather sticky in a way, because I'd skied and came in too late to get ready to go to 3 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday school. I never liked that timing. But my sisters had gone, so I was in deep trouble. And trying to defend myself and get out of it all and not having to go late and all the rest, I said, how come it's good enough for me and it's not good enough for you and Dad? But in our house, you didn't say those things, and I knew it was not good news for me. But anyway, my mother said, Well, I'll go with her, because my father, who was the Anglican, was saying nothing except arguing, and I was being bad.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway, that's how my whole family started to get to go to the church, and I guess that would encourage me to get into more things too. And I in turn got other teenage girls to help me with the nursery, and I found a book that was wonderful, and I could then teach a course to even the tiny ones.
This was Patty Goes to Sunday.
Patty goes to
Yeah.
nursery school or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah, yeah.
and it seemed to go over very well.
And this didn't just happen
No.
once again. I know that you were getting sick and tired.
Yes, right.
Christian Truth and Life,
Right.
or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Boring.
Christian Truth. Yeah, boring. So
Uh-huh.
this is, you can see the development.
I
marching
tried to
on.
liven it up for them, but
Yeah.
that wasn't too popular, and I sometimes felt nasty because they were doing their best. But it really wasn't interesting at all,
Okay.
no.
So this is the very earliest part of
Mhm.
the development that we're looking at.
Mhm.